Welcome to another COVID-19 pandemic special report from the Travel Punks. It is a tough time to be a travel punk right now. Ben Schlappig, no less, just used his blog as a sounding board to ask for recommendations for Netflix shows to watch. That's how you know it's fucking bad out there. But most of us are grounded. The United States has issued level 4 travel warnings on the entire world, not because the entire world is significantly more dangerous than the United States. As of right now, the United States leads the world, at least in terms of reported cases of coronavirus. In fact, it's almost to protect the rest of the world from us. Mexico is probably considering building a wall to keep us out. We're definitely not welcome over there. But as far as people who had travel plans, you may be wondering how this is impacted. Of course, a lot of airlines are honoring deferred travel plans and refunding tickets. I myself have two big trips that were planned for this year, which definitely are at this point or may be impacted by the coronavirus. One of them was a trip to Africa that I booked with United Mileage Plus miles on several Star Alliance carriers in business class. I'm not at all worried about that ticket. That ticket can be rebooked. The worst case scenario is a $125 change fee, and that fee can probably be waived due to the coronavirus pandemic, provided that there still is a United Airlines and a Star Alliance after we emerge from this fucking disaster. Of course, some of my friends who are closer to the airline industry says yes, United Airlines and Star Alliance will be fine, but it's scary out there. Some of my flights were on Turkish Airlines, and Turkish actually canceled every flight due to the coronavirus pandemic. Every Turkish Airlines flight is suspended indefinitely. And Turkish Airlines, which you might not have known, this is a fun fact, Turkish Airlines flies more places more frequently than any other airline in the world. So that's my United itinerary that I'm not worried about, but the one that was coming up sooner that I was a little bit worried about was my booking with Flying Blue Miles on a promo award. For those of you who don't know, every month Flying Blue publishes promo awards, and Flying Blue is the frequent flyer program that is shared by KLM, the Dutch airline, Air France, Kenyan Airline, I think one other airline, but the ones that get the most ink are the European airlines, Air France and KLM. And they discount drastically, in some cases, certain routes between Europe and other cities. In my case, in Austin, Texas, they frequently publish discounted award pricing, that is redeemed with miles, Flying Blue Miles, discounted award pricing between Houston and anywhere in Europe, really. So I had used this promo, which in this case was 50% off economy tickets. It's usually 25% or 50% off, and either a business class booking or an economy or a premium economy booking. It's very specific. So this one was economy booking between Houston and Europe. I already had a bunch of Flying Blue Miles because I had transferred them with a 50% bonus. So not only did I get 50% extra miles when I transferred American Express membership rewards points into Flying Blue, I transferred something like 100,000 miles and got an extra 50,000 miles, but I was able to book it at a 50% mileage discount. So I got round trip to and from Europe with stops in Amsterdam and Lisbon for something like 18,000 points. That is ridiculous. That's insanely good. Of course, Flying Blue Awards tend to have higher taxes and fees, so I paid something like $100, $200 in taxes and fees, but still a couple $100 and only 18,000 membership rewards. That's a dope booking, unless there's a global fucking pandemic. So I was waiting to see what would happen because the United States advisories had lasted until March 30th or 31st. They just got extended through to April, and now I'm thinking, okay, it's looking like Lisbon is off. So I was wondering if I was going to have trouble getting this fare refunded. Here's why. Award tickets can tend to be better in terms of refundability or postponability, but not Flying Blue promo awards. They're very clear in the booking that these are not subject to refunds or transfers. If you cancel, you're out the money and the points. There's no rebooking of a promo award through Flying Blue. So I was thinking, well, are they going to change that somehow as a result of the coronavirus pandemic? And just in time, I got this email that said, "Dear Mr. Greenemeyer, we're very sorry your flight was canceled. We realize that this has a big impact on your travel plans, and we're doing what we can to help you as quickly as possible. Due to the outbreak of coronavirus COVID-19, The local authorities of your destination have initiated entry restrictions. At this moment, we are unable to rebook you because it's still unclear when these restrictions will be lifted. However, you will be able to rebook your flight until 30th September 2020, or you can request a refund in the form of a travel voucher. Either way, you can rest assured that you can travel at a later date. So that's some good news. Their rebooking and no refunds policy is at least being waived as much as they will give me another flight, presumably for no extra money. Someone's stomping around. Try not to make a big deal out of that if you can hear that from my microphone, or a bigger deal than I just fucking made out of it. But this is good news for me because I still want to take a trip to Lisbon. I still want to travel to Europe. I don't imagine that will ever stop. And so my Lisbon trip will just be postponed, and this is giving me confidence that I can still rebook without any extra money or points out of my pocket. In other words, I may have to look for another Houston economy travel booking, but that may not even count if I just get a travel voucher that I can then use to rebook an itinerary between the US and Europe. In fact, it may even make it possible for me to book a flight out of Austin and not have to travel to Houston as a starting point. The KLM just began service between Amsterdam and Austin, so that may be something I can take advantage of. But if anyone had promo awards booked with Flying Blue and was thinking these non-refundable tickets might just be flushed down the toilet as a result of the pandemic, it's looking like that's not the case. Flying Blue, KLM, and Air France are going to work with you, and we're still going to get back to Europe, and we will all drink a glass of wine and say, fuck you, March of 2020. We are going to come back stronger than ever.